Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't see you guys, but I'll go ahead and start. You work hard every day, but where is your salary when you need it the most? An emergency happens, and you have no money, but payday is next week. Hi, my name is Nteziryayo. I'm the CEO and founder of PesaChoice. We are an HR-enabled fintech that is providing access to finance for employed people in Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa has over 500 million people with employment. 70% of those are low to middle income earners. We found three challenges with this workforce. One, most of them are informal and difficult to manage. Two, they don't earn enough to have savings, which means they don't have enough liquidity. And then three, the employers, mostly the SMEs, are using pen and paper to manage their workforce. A few of them, of course, have gone up to Excel. PesaChoice is solving these problems with the two solutions. Our first solution is a comprehensive HR solution. This allows employers to manage their employees efficiently. We offer them tools such as employee self-service, employee management, that also includes managing casual workers. We give them performance management, payroll processing, to mention a few. We also tie that into, we tie our financial services into our HR platform, thus allowing PesaChoice to give people salary advances. People no longer have to wait for payday in case of emergencies. Through our mobile app, employees are able to log in and see their credit limit, and they're able to borrow and get funds within 5 minutes. We are currently operational in Rwanda, which has a market size of about 160 million. We are planning to expand into the sub-Saharan African market, which is worth about over 8 billion. So far, we have over 60 employers onboarded on our platform, with more than 2,000 employees using our HR system monthly. We have more than 23,000 employees on our waiting list for salary advances. We are a for-profit company, so we make money in three ways. First, we charge a one-time implementation fee for anyone who's using our HR platform. We charge a monthly licensing fee for all active employees in the system. And lastly, we charge an interest rate on all the salary advances that we disperse. Our team is myself. I have a background in engineering. I've been building financial technologies for over a decade for Fortune 500 companies. Sarah Un, who is our CFO, she has a background in banking and fundraising. And then Luke Bujingo, who is leading our engineering team. We are looking for $2.5 million in seed funding. Most of that is going to go to lending, and a good chunk goes to product development and improving our team. Please join me at PesaChoice, where every day is a payday.
Cool. I think I'm starting with the questions. Hi, I think what you're building is fantastic, and thanks for the pitch. Just one question. I think you're advancing salaries to employees. How exactly are you looking at the credit or default risk?
So we did a pilot for 11 months, and because we control the ecosystem, only people getting salary advances are the ones who are from employers who are using our technology. Our default rate was 0.06 on the pilot that we did for 11 months.
That's really low. Thank you.
That's really cool. Just remind us, so normally what we see quite often with these lending type businesses is that there is a recurrence of debt. So people who take out a loan, are you experiencing that they are then in the next month requiring one again and again? So is it a recyclable loan, or do you guys pay it back and then they're good? Is it
So we were afraid of that, and that's why we kept them as short-term loans. So it's typically 30 to 60 days maximum. So you can get a loan when you still have another one. You have to repay the previous loan before you can take another. Yeah, but in our pilot, we found also there were repeat customers. So they are repeat offenders who typically borrow, but that was a small margin.
And then what is your, can you tell me more about the credit? Like, what is your interest rate that you're getting, and then your and what capital are you using to lend in advance?
So our interest rate is 3% per month, and we've been using we used the money that we got from our pre-seed funding. So long term, we want to try and see if we can find a venture debt or a funding partner. But at the moment, we're using money off our balance sheet.
Davis, great presentation. Really enjoyed it. I'm curious about like the borrowers. Like, what are they using these funds for, and do you track that?
Yes, we are trying to keep track of that to the best of our ability, and we actually had one of our investors gave us a team that did a bit of survey with our clients. Most of it was going to medical and education, which was a good thing. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's some that goes to other things that we are not aware of, but the initial one was going to medical and education. School fees, usually at the beginning of the term, was always a spike on how many people are borrowing, and that's typically like even now at the beginning of the year, it's towards tuition.
Got it. And if you think about your typical borrower, are they also simultaneously borrowing from other sources too to complement you, or do you end up being the only lender?
No, we are not the only lender. We found some of them a few of them are able to borrow, have some other loans that they have outstanding. We are a regulated entity, so when we checked with Rwanda with the Credit Reference Bureau, you found a few of them had other loans, but that's why we also limit the amount we give them to 40% of their net salaries.
Got it. Cool. Thanks.
Do we still have time? Okay. How exactly are you managing onboarding of the businesses and the employers and the employees?
So we found most especially the SMEs are not really tech savvy. That's why we actually charge an implementation, because it takes energy and time and resources from our team to onboard clients on using the technology, particularly the HR system. So within our team, we have an account management team that every onboarded client, we train them. However, within our platform itself, we've created material, videos, and how-to guides and training guides that they can use if they have any questions.
Okay.
From a vision standpoint, do you see yourself as a HR company that lends, or a lending company that has a HR system?
That is a very interesting question, because we started as a lending company and then realized there was a huge market gap in the HR space, particularly a system that is customized for the local markets, understanding the benefits, the tax calculations, and all these little knickknacks that people do here, like penalties from employees to employers. No, one of our investors called us HR enabled. That's what we went with, but. Initially, we are more driven by the HR system than the lending, because that's what attracts people quickly, but the lending market is much bigger.
Got it. I'm glad you mentioned customization of your systems. So what percentage of your current SMEs or companies that you work with are migrating from another system, and what percentage are sort of getting onto HR systems for the first time?
More than 25% of our clients have come from Bamboo, Sage, and the bigger players, which was really good for us, particularly again for the tax benefits and the customization that are required. So what we've done is at this moment we're more than 95% customized, at least for the Rwandan market, Uganda, Kenya, and Ghana. So those 4 markets we already customized for those, and we intend to continue doing it easily into the other markets. But in terms of expanding, no, we haven't fully expanded into the other markets.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.